Howdy, and welcome into another episode of From the East Side, TexAgs student podcast for students by students. I am one of your co-hosts, Kay Nagley, alongside Luke Evangelist, and we don't know where we're going to film our episode today.
But we did ask everyone in the office what their favorite place is to watch an away game, so wherever that lands on is where we're going to go. Let's spin the wheel. And we're going to Billy Lucci's basement. Woo! See you soon, Billy. So, as it turns out, Billy Lucci's basement was booked this week, so we had to come out to Kennedy Cavin's backyard. But that didn't stop us from having an incredible episode this week.
Yeah, we had Tennessee's Daily Beacon sports editor Caleb Jarreau joining us, talking about the A&M Tennessee matchup this weekend.
And we also had some little Aggie sports trivia between myself and Kay. And spoiler alert, somebody did get pushed in the pool.
Yes, one of us did. We also are joined by Walter Mellon.
Yeah, we've got some special guests back there who came with Dylan Hebert, Century Men's Society's philanthropy officer, talking about Watermelon Bash.
Yeah, and then we had Cavin talking Aggie volleyball, and then Kylie Stoner talking Aggie soccer as well.
Yeah, let's dive in.
Ahead of A&M's matchup with Tennessee this weekend, we are sitting down with Tennessee's The Daily Beacon sports editor, sophomore Caleb Jarreau. Caleb, thank you for joining us. We just want to know a little bit about yourself and then how you ended up as the sports editor at The Daily Beacon.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm Caleb Jarreau. I'm sports editor here at The Daily Beacon at Tennessee. And, I mean, it really wasn't anything crazy. I got here last year and kind of worked my way up, started covering volleyball for Tennessee, which the team this year is a lot better than the team I covered last year. Got put on to women's basketball kind of around the winter of last year. And if anybody knows anything about Tennessee women's basketball, it's a very premier beat and lots of writing and lots of late nights doing that. Spring helped out with football, baseball, and then ended up becoming sports editor after our sports editor graduated last year. So this year I get the luxury of covering football and every sport that I want to on campus, whatever I want. So yeah, nothing crazy, just working my way up and covering everything I can here at Tennessee.
That's awesome. So let's start with the game this weekend. Let's start at quarterback. The returns on Joe Milton, from our perspective, is that he can throw the ball out of the stadium. But what have you seen and how has his accuracy been this season?
Yeah, so with Joe Milton, I feel like it's kind of been the trend that he either puts it 4 rows into the stands or hits his wide receiver in the hands. And there's not really much in between there that we've seen. Luckily, down the stretch for Tennessee, he's looked a lot better. We've seen them use the wide receiver screen game a ton against South Carolina. We finally saw them open up the middle of the field for Joe Milton. And I feel like that's what helped the offense succeed more against South Carolina, was opening up the middle of the field. Completion-wise, we talked to offensive coordinator Joey Halsley today, and the first thing he mentioned about Joe Milton was that he's proud of how he's managed games and run the offense. He didn't mention, throwing the ball well as his first thing. And I think people expected that with Joe Milton, that he wasn't going to be the Hendon Hooker of last year, but that he would have success and at least be able to run the offense as a veteran guy, and he has. But Tennessee has leaned on the run game heavily so far, in the wide receiver game heavily, the wide receiver screen game heavily, and Brew McCoy broke his ankle against South Carolina 2 weeks ago, so he's out for the year, and he was really their go-to in the wide receiver screen game. So Saturday night will be the first time we see a new wide receiver 2 on the outside, and we'll have to see how that affects Joe Milton, if they lean on tight ends more or what happens there. But thus far, he hasn't thrown very many interceptions. He's made a couple bad decisions, but all in all, he's run the offense well enough for this team to be winning football games.
You were breaking up there for a sec. I think we're good, though. Tennessee leads the conference in rushing offense with 231 yards on the ground. However, A&M's run defense has been pretty good lately, just averaging 84 yards a game. How do you think those two square up this weekend?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Texas A&M holding Alabama to 23 yards last weekend was not something I expected from the Aggies, and it's definitely something that Tennessee has circled. They have a 3-headed monster, as it's been called, which I know A&M has a similar thing with their 3 running backs, but Tennessee's are Jabari Small, Dylan Sampson, and Jalen Wright running, with Jalen Wright usually being running back 1. they're averaging over 6 yards a carry, and that's been super important when, even against Virginia, Austin P, UTSA to an extent, the offense has been out of sync, as it's been called by Joe Milton and the offensive coordinator and Josh Heupel. And that run game has allowed them to finally get the offense rolling and get something going. So Cooper Mays, center Cooper Mays, was back against South Carolina. Also, I think the offensive line will be able to hold up well enough to run. I don't think they'll hit that 200-yard mark like you mentioned. Probably won't hit that average of 6 yards on the ground. But I think they should be able to hold up enough to run the ball and establish the run game. And really, if they can't establish the run game and A&M is able to key in on the pass or just pin their ears back and rush Joe Milton, I worry that he might fall into more mistakes, and we'll see those incompletions and accuracy issues kind of present themselves again like they did against Florida. But if the offensive line and the running game that played against South Carolina shows up on Saturday, I think Tennessee should be able to establish that run game enough to have a chance at winning the ball game.
Yeah, so we want to focus on the student side of things for a little bit. What is a Friday night like in a big SEC game leading up to it at Tennessee, and what do y'all do? What's like your thing before a game?
A Friday night. It's different depending on who you ask at Tennessee. So obviously, tradition-wise, I'd say a lot of just tailgating. And Tennessee is also weird with tailgates from what I've seen. So I was always used to, and I'm sure A&M is the same way, a lot of land tailgating on grass, like TVs, stuff like that. At Tennessee, because it's so close to downtown, a lot of people are tailgating in parking garages, which was different. I was not expecting that. You also have the Vol Walk before the game, which before big games like South Carolina last week, it is packed like across the street to across the street. Fans are everywhere. So I wouldn't say anything crazy comes to mind. Nothing that gets Tennessee fans flamed on Twitter. But I think, I wouldn't say anything crazy, just normal tailgating stuff and filling up Neyland Stadium, hopefully.
Yeah. I have been to Tennessee's campus. I was very little, but no, I don't remember much. So for A&M fans that are going this weekend, what is must see or must do in Knoxville?
Well, I think the first must do thing is find parking. We can't find parking for class, and then the campus is really close to downtown, so parking is very, very hard to come by. You've got the Sun Sphere and World's Fair Park, which has a lot of history that's near campus. And really, I would say just Neyland Stadium in general is really the must-see thing when a lot of people come to Knoxville, just with the history Tennessee has. You've got Ayers Hall, too, which is the big pretty clock tower, which is where SEC Nation will be set up Saturday morning. That's really a lot of the big must-see, must-dos. You've got the mountains. I know a lot of people this time of year take trips to the mountains. They're about 45 minutes from campus. And I think this weekend is like the prime weekend to see the leaves changing colors with fall and all of that good stuff. So if you get box number one checked off with finding a parking spot, then Knoxville is your oyster, and there's Market Square, a lot of stuff to see downtown. But nothing really super, super crazy comes to mind besides they get the Smoky Mountains not far away.
That's awesome. So for those of us who have never experienced it, what is a checkered out Neyland Stadium like?
So a checkered out Neyland Stadium, I would say, is very similar to a normal Neyland Stadium, which is 102,000 fans usually yelling. Alabama was craziest last year. I would say that environment where you have a ton of people yelling, and just it's the stadium when you get inside of it is a lot more straight up and down and it's a metal stadium compared to concrete stadiums, which I've heard makes a difference in noise. So you feel like you're super high up. You get to see the game from that point of view. You've got the Vols letters in the corners with the river in the background. You can see Ayers Hall in the Sun Sphere over, I want to say it's the west side, might be wrong, of the stadium. So I really do think it's a rowdy environment, raucous environment. It's up there for loudest environments in the SEC. I think it was Cole Kubelik said it was one of the loudest, if not the loudest he had been in. It doesn't hold 108,000, 9,000 people like Kyle Field, but it's right below 102,000 people yelling, screaming, and lots of stuff going on. And I also don't think they would charge the field this weekend, so luckily you don't have that to worry about, fans jumping over you like you did last year with Alabama.
Yeah, and Jermaine Burton as well.
So
Yeah,
we'll
that's always something to look out for.
yeah.
Well, A&M secondary.
For
didn't
A&M
look out
fans
for
too,
him.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, A&M secondary should have looked out for him. So we've been asking all SEC sports editors this. What is your favorite tradition about Tennessee?
Ooh, that is a tough one. I mean, running through the T would probably be the biggest one. It's unique about Tennessee when the band marches back and forth and then makes the T. Last 2 weekends ago when they played South Carolina, it was a night game. So you also got to see the lights flicker and the lights lit up the T and, flashed orange and white. So I think that's something unique about Tennessee that fans get to enjoy to see that you can't see elsewhere, really. And whenever you talk to fans, recruits, anybody like that, the first thing they say is that running through the T is like nothing before. So I would definitely have to say that's probably favorite tradition, best tradition, most unique thing they do pregame at least.
Yeah, and then what tradition do you think of when you hear about Texas A&M?
Well, you've got the midnight yell, which I saw on Twitter is at the Knoxville Convention Center on Friday night at 10:30. So surely nothing will go wrong there.
Oh no.
And then
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I think of. And didn't they? I mean, they used to burn stuff, right? And then like it fell, and they don't do it anymore. Maybe they still do it, or something like that. I don't know. I like when Texas A&M's band does the thing where they go like this and march back and forth and just play the same song over and over, but it looks cool. So I think that would be it. Yeah, surely nothing will go wrong with the midnight yell on Friday night that's just being projected all over Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah,
Oh,
should be calm.
Yeah,
We
let's hope
hope.
so.
Anyways, Caleb, thank you so much for joining us. We are looking forward to a heck of a game this Saturday and wish Tennessee the best of luck.
Yep, thanks for having me on.
Of course. Shout out to Caleb for joining us. He really knew his stuff about Tennessee football.
Yeah, let's see which co-host really knows their stuff about TexAgs and Aggie sports.
Okay, guys, it is time for trivia. I'm going to quiz Kay and Luke over who knows TexAgs and Aggie sports the best. I am your host, Kennedy Cavin. Let's get this show on the road. First note, the loser jumps off the rocks into the very, very, very cold pool. Are we ready?
Not looking forward to
No.
this at all, but
This is worse than being boozled.
yeah, the punishment's worse. All right.
Okay. Our first question is, when is Billy Lucci's birthday?
Dove.
I
I got here 4 months
actually
ago. How am I supposed
do
to
know
that?
this because
So
I
then
put
why
out
isn't your hand raised?
a me.
Luke,
February 10th.
wrong.
I put out a meme.
You have
Do we have an exact date?
exact date.
What the?
We're gonna be here for a while.
Okay,
March 6th.
wrong.
Okay.
Are we in ballpark?
Mm,
It's spring.
you're not.
February
It's February. February's a month.
18th.
Wrong.
February 10th.
Wrong. You already
February
said that.
22nd.
Wrong again. That's my mother's birthday.
February 5th.
Wrong.
February 17th.
Wrong.
February 26th.
Wrong.
February 13th.
Wrong.
February 19th.
And wrong.
When is it?
Billy Lucci's birthday is February 15th.
Oh,
15th.
I knew
Well,
it was. I knew it was in the basketball
y'all
season
were
because
very
when we
close.
beat
I
Arkansas,
posted that meme.
I remember that.
I posted it.
I knew it was February.
Whatever.
Okay. Anyways, y'all both.
So we're
That was
0
not
for
good.
Isn't that crazy?
0
First
for
guess though.
0.
It was 5 days off.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
thought you had it. Okay, second question. What year did Billy Lucci take over the Maroon and White Report, Luke?
2008.
Wrong.
1995.
Wrong.
1998.
Wrong.
What? I really feel like I knew this. 93.
Wrong.
99.
Wrong again.
97.
Correct.
What the heck? I knew it. I was there.
That's
I
our
was there.
first right answer of the segment, ladies and gentlemen.
W.
Okay,
God.
next one. How many employees does TexAgs have?
Okay, wait, hold on.
Luke.
What are we counting as employees?
Yeah.
Am I an employee?
Every single person on the staff page.
Staff page.
30.
Wrong. You didn't raise your hand.
I did. I put it up.
This is interns too.
On the staff page.
Okay. 42.
Wrong.
22.
Wrong.
No, it's way more than that. It's in the 30 to 40 ballpark.
This is
Maybe,
like
or maybe
tough.
more. I mean, like just 33.
Wrong.
39.
Wrong. Y'all have one guess each left.
46.
Wrong.
36.
Wrong. The
Or-
answer was 47.
Oh! Oh!
You did not.
I said
You said 46.
That was one off.
Oh my god.
All right, we suck
All
at this so
right.
far.
Y'all
are
sure
hard.
do.
These are
These
Y'all
are
hard.
sure
really
do.
tough.
Okay, next question. We're going into Aggie sports.
Thank goodness. Finally something I know.
Which TAMU baseball player led the team in batting average during their 2022 run to the College World Series? Luke.
That would be none other than Jack Moss.
Correct. There's a point for Luke. All right, next question. What was the score of the last Texas A&M versus Tennessee game? And follow-up question, who led the team in receptions for that game?
45-16.
Wrong.
Oh gosh. I feel like it was 16. I'm getting that vibe.
You can't give her a clue.
Hold on.
I was looking at
30,
my phone.
16.
Wrong.
48-16.
Wrong.
These are hard.
Yeah, these are tough.
These are good hard questions. 45.
Wrong.
I don't know.
Can I get the second? Ask the second part first.
Yeah, who led the team in receptions for that game?
Chase Lane.
Wrong.
Oh man.
There's no way it was.
Was it?
Can I answer either part first?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm better at guessing the second.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Gotta
think
raise
of
your
the second
hand.
part.
Well, I can't. It's Kay's
Yeah, it's my
guess.
turn. Anaya Smith?
Wrong.
Jalen Preston.
Wrong.
I don't know. I'm giving up.
Let me get.
Do we have an official?
Jalen Weidemeyer.
Wrong. Do we have an official white flag from Kane Agley?
I mean, I'm not going to let him go off and guess, though. Hold on. I don't know. You got to tell us. These are...
Hezekiah Jones.
Correct.
Let's go!
No way.
Let's go! I was like, there's no way it was Hezekiah.
Not Hez. Wow.
Okay,
When
score.
you said there's no way, and I was like, say it, Luke. Say it, Luke.
Score. Can I get that it was in the? We had 40 and they had something in the teens.
You get one. I'll give you one hint throughout this entire process.
They're both even numbers, right?
If you want to use your hint for that, I will
No.
give you your hint.
40. 48-20.
Wrong.
Okay, I'm not gonna get it.
Y'all got one guess left each.
I literally just watched a clip
42. Already wrong.
Wrong.
I just watched a clip of Brian George having that pick at the end of the game, and I'm like, I swear it was
Saw
like
the score.
they had like 22 to 48.
Wrong.
All right. What was it?
The score was 34-13.
Yeah, we were off.
Y'all were really horribly,
We were
off.
disturbingly,
These are hard.
annoyingly off.
These are tough.
Okay.
For our next question, it is a number. Whoever gets closest to the number gets the point. It is not a race. Okay.
Okay.
How many students are enrolled at Texas A&M University College Station campus?
I'm going to say 77,000.
I'm gonna go with 68,000.
Okay. The exact number is 72,982 students. So our winner of that point is Kane Agley.
Those 900 students helped me out there at the end.
Next question is, which Texas A&M team was the last to beat Tennessee?
I'm going to go with women's tennis.
Wrong.
Was it baseball in the SEC tournament?
Oh, I
Correct.
forgot they played him in the
Correct.
SEC
Yes.
tournament.
K. Naglia gets
W.
that point.
Oh, I was like, didn't they sweep him in the regular season?
They did, but they won in the SEC
I
tournament.
forgot about
All right.
that.
Next question.
Oh, gosh.
Who is the tallest athlete?
Nope. He already rose his hand. Don't finish the question.
Wildens Levesque. Basketball.
Correct.
Oh,
That was incredible.
Was it just on A&M's campus?
On A&M's campus.
Mm.
He is a whopping 6 foot 11 inches. All right.
I think we're tied, maybe.
Next
don't
question. Which Texas A&M men's basketball player led the team in minutes played last season? Luke.
Wade Taylor.
Wrong.
Boots.
Wrong. Wait. Right.
Oh.
Tyrese
Sorry.
Radford.
Yes. Sorry.
Boots.
Sorry.
Tyrese Radford.
I had
Oh.
Tyrese
Yes.
in my head. She said Boots. I said wrong accidentally. Okay.
Good
Kay gets
God,
the
don't
point.
scare me like that.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Next question. What is Billy Lucci's favorite candy? K.
Nerds eggs.
Wrong. Luke.
Nerds clusters. Gummy
Wrong.
clusters.
No, he likes the eggs.
Wrong.
The
Okay.
nerds eggs. The ones
That's
that he
fine.
wants in the thing
The
all the
actual
time.
government name of his favorite candy is Big Chewy Nerds.
Oh
They're
my
by.
gosh.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Whatever.
Kay's
Kay
going to
gets
win
the
this
point.
because she's been at TexAgs longer.
All
She
right,
knows
we
the
have
system.
Okay,
we
go
have
with it,
two.
Luke.
We have two
Oh
questions
my
left.
gosh.
We have two questions
All right,
left.
Who's
Are you ready?
winning? Who's winning? Me?
Kay
By one?
is
I think
currently
Kay
in
by
the lead
one.
by 1 point.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. Let me get this one still.
Heck no.
Okay. What is the TexAgs address?
Oh,
What the? How am I supposed to?
Hold on. 308 George Bush Drive.
Keep going.
I really.
7-5.
No,
You're wrong.
I got
Kay
it.
gets the
I
point.
got it.
Kay gets the point.
W.
308
All right,
George Bush Drive,
for the
College
fun of
Station,
it,
Texas.
Luke's going in the
7-7.
pool.
that.
He's going in the pool.
Get the last question, double or nothing.
No.
Heck no.
Yes, yes.
Heck no.
All right, we're going to do the last question anyway. It is a number.
Oh my gosh.
It is a number. Whoever's the closest gets the point. If you
If
guess
you
win.
guess the exact number, I will go in the pool.
If you guess the exact
Bet,
number,
bet.
it's 5 points.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. What is the official capacity of Kyle Field? Exact number gets 5 points.
Okay, you go first because you're not
Oh.
going to get it.
Rude. It's way lower than what it can actually hold. It's 102. 578.
Wrong.
102.59.
Wrong. That was not 6 numbers either. One
Yeah, like-
059.
102,
okay.
0.59.
Both
What
of
is
you were
it?
wrong.
You're going in the pool.
What is it?
She was what was your number?
102.
Isn't it like 102,
578.
230?
Kay was closer. The official capacity of Kyle Field is 102,733.
So I just won again. So
So Kay is our
somebody
winner.
Is going
And
in
Luke
the pool.
This
Evangelist
was not
will
fair.
be taking the polar plunge into the pool off of the rocks that you can see behind us.
Why do I have to do all the
How
How
are
do
you
you feel
feeling?
to get
I
schooled
feel
right
like
now?
this is unfair. I just got to
How is it
TexAgs
unfair? You
like
lost.
4 months ago. Kay's been here
Somebody's
for over
a
a
sore
year.
So
loser.
you should know Billy
my
Lucci's favorite candy because he asks about it every day.
Yes,
and
he sure does.
Also, you should know.
I'm supposed to
When
know how many
Adam
people
lost-
work here.
Yeah, I didn't know
Whatever.
that either. That wasn't
Whatever.
even one of my points. Quit pouting
I'll jump in
and
the
get
pool.
your little swim shorts on. All right,
that you were making fun of.
let's go.
All right.
Uh,
Luke Evangelist, ladies and gentlemen, your sore loser of the night.
Hey, I'm Luke Evangelist, and Kay Nagley beat me. Oh my gosh.
I'm sitting here all nice and dry, but clearly Luke likes the water.
Well, actually, I prefer watermelon. Let's hear from Dylan Hebert about Watermelon Bash. Hey, y'all, we're here sitting down with Dylan Hebert, the Philanthropy Officer for Century Men's Society, an organization that I am blessed to be a part of, and we're here talking about Watermelon Bash and Camp Kesem.
Whoop.
So first of all, we want to know a little bit about you. Where are you from, and how did you come to A&M?
So yeah, I'm from Beaumont, Texas, and growing up, I guess I wasn't really one of those diehard Aggies growing up. My parents, my mom's an immigrant, and my dad, he just kind of stayed home at Lamar University. And my uncle, he used to play football here back in the 90s. He played safety.
Nice.
Courtney Hebert, if anybody of y'all know a lot about old Aggie football teams. But he was the one who convinced me to come tour. I came, checked it out, and it was just like one of those feelings when you roll into town and you feel the magic of Aggie land, as we all can feel. I feel like it was just one of those things I knew when I was an 18-year-old kid. I was like, I have to come here.
Yeah.
So here I am sitting with y'all guys.
Yeah, you and Luke are a part of Centuries. If you could just tell a different audience a little bit about that men's organization and then what your experience has been like so
Yeah,
far.
absolutely. So Century Men's Society, we're a 50% social, 50% service organization. A little bit different than what Greek Life does, but it's a lot of fun, and I think we pride ourselves on the work that we give back to the community and the relationships that we make with our members inside and outside of our organization. It's for me, it's been a very impactful experience. I've had older members that were in whenever I got in that really shaped my life and gave me a kind of path to follow for the rest of college as far as how I wanted to grow into my own person. And I think now Luke and I are old, and hopefully we have a chance to return the favor to some of our newer guys and our younger guys. And we're just happy to be here. It's been great.
Absolutely. So this is Watermelon Bash that we're talking about, Century's
Yes.
big philanthropy event. Take us through the success of this event in years past and what Bash is going to look like this year.
Yes. So Watermelon Bash is pretty young. If I'm correct, the first year was 2017 whenever Watermelon Bash was birthed by Mr. Jack Brown. And every year it's gotten a little bit bigger to the size of the event we are at now. Last year, I think we sold about 1,100 tickets. We had a fantastic turnout. Sponsors from Red Bull were a big sponsor to us. We had Las Palapas sponsor some food. And this year, we're projecting to have even more people, and we're really excited to give back to our philanthropy Camp Kesem. So
Nice. You said it, Camp Kesem. If you could just tell us how Watermelon Bash benefits that.
yeah, so the way that Century's philanthropy works is we have this one big event every year. It's the Watermelon Bash, the one we're talking about. And then we have a few smaller events that our organization does to fundraise money. But all the ticket sales that you would raise whenever you buy a ticket, we put that all in a big pool, and we collect corporate sponsorships from big corporations as well. And we just have a lump sum of money that we get to donate to Camp Kesem every year, and we just continually build upon our funds, so every year we can give them more and more.
Yeah, so tell us what Camp Kesem is and what your experience has been like as a counselor.
Yeah, so Camp Kesem honestly is one of the most special things I think I've been a part of here at my time at A&M, and if anybody ever has a chance or feels inspired to go work with kids, this is probably your best opportunity to do so. Camp Kesem is a 5 to 6 day summer camp for children whose parents have been affected by cancer, and we go as counselors and we serve by just going and having a great time with these kids and just having a ball with them, having some crazy stories, man. We've got 6-year-olds all the way to 18-year-olds, so the range of people is pretty insane. And you have little 6-year-olds who are going around farting on each other, all the way from 18-year-olds who think they're too cool to sit there and play nine square with you. But all the money we raise at Watermelon Bash and through our other events goes, and we send all of these kids to camp absolutely free of cost.
Nice.
And
That's awesome.
really helps out their families a lot because cancer is such a tough thing to deal with, and all these people, I'm sure, are financially feel blessed whenever they can send their kids to something as awesome as Kesem. So
Yeah, obviously contributing to a great cause. If you could just tell our viewers a little bit, and then just how they can donate or support.
Yeah. My time as a counselor, I went this past summer. This was my first summer that I went, and it was super fulfilling. I really felt like I not only learned a lot about the kids and how mature and how much emotional strength it takes for these kids to deal with this at such a young age. But I think I learned a lot about myself and what it means to learn to love other people in a way that people need to as well. I had some super funny interactions with the kids. Like I had this one kid, man, I'll never forget, he came up to me and he was like, Dylan, come here. I was like, what's up, man? He's like, my knee is hurting. I was like, oh, what's wrong, Ghost? Because we all have like these camp names that we assign, and my name was KP Sprinkles, so all these kids are calling me KP. And he's like, KP, my knee's hurting. I was like, what's wrong, Ghost? And he goes, oh man, when I was 7, I was playing football and I got injured on the field, and they came and did surgery on my knee on the field. And I was just like, no, they did not. Like, no, they didn't.
Like, what?
He's like, yeah, they did. I promise you. I was like, okay, man. Well, you just like can go sit over there and like relax, and I'll come hang out with you.
That's
But
funny.
they're so full of like energy, and they have
Yeah.
a lot of energy to give, and you just gotta feed off of them and just show them a lot of love. That's all you're there to do.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
been awesome.
gives the kids a chance to just be a kid and not have to worry about the external factors that are going on in their life. Camp Kesem has definitely had a huge impact on a lot of members in Century Men's Society, and like I said, it's an incredible event, Watermelon Bash is, that we get to put this on for our kids. So we're going to have the Instagram and website linked down below for y'all to come out,
Check it out.
support and donate and anything you can to help out these kids for Camp Kesem.
Yeah,
Camp
sweet.
Kesem and Watermelon Bash.
Yeah, and I hope y'all check out the link, get a ticket, and hopefully me and Luke will see y'all there.
Yep.
Excited. October 29th.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all so much for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Dylan. You know who I think would really love to bash some watermelons? Kennedy Cavin. Let's hear from her. Hey, y'all. We're here with Kennedy Cavin, TexAgs student volleyball reporter. Aggie volleyball pulled out 2 wins in the state of Mississippi this weekend. Let's talk about Friday's W against Ole Miss after they stumbled against Mizzou.
I think that win against Ole Miss was a really big one for them. I think it kind of brought back a lot of confidence for that team. I think the 4-set win was it was a good challenge. I think dropping that one set where Ole Miss was just purely dominant, they were the better team in that set. I think that was a learning lesson for them. I think that it shows that they aren't going to win every single match in 3 sets. I think it was a really good learning lesson for them.
Coach Morrison said the team had to come back between Ole Miss and Mississippi State, had to come back, practice here. How nice was it to see that not really affect them and then be able to sweep Mississippi State on Sunday?
That was huge. I mean, I didn't even know that happened until we just talked about it here. It's huge for a team to be able to do that. I mean, you're playing 2 games in Mississippi. That's a lot of travel for one weekend alone, a Friday and a Sunday, to come back, practice on Saturday at Reed Arena, and then hop literally right back on a plane. That's big, and it says a lot about how focused those girls are going into those matches, and that they're there to get work done and not mess around.
Yeah, so A&M takes on LSU on Friday. The Tigers are coming off of 2 straight losses, so what can you tell us about this matchup?
I'm really excited for it. I think there's always kind of that, for lack of better words, vendetta against LSU and wanting to beat them, especially in SEC volleyball. I mean, LSU is always just going to be a good team. I think it's going to be a challenge for the girls. I think it's not going to be an easy win for them, but I think that it's going to be a really exciting match, and I think that they're going to put their all into it, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out.
Finally, the Ags will return home to take on South Carolina, and then on Sunday at home, and then number 14 Florida, who they just got a win over, and then Georgia next week. What does a home stretch like that just do for momentum and just getting the crowd into Reed?
Well, after being away for 3 matches, I think it's really awesome to see the girls back and at home and having that 12th man come out and support them. I think after a big win against Florida on their home base, I think it's going to be an awesome crowd at Reed Arena against number 14 Florida now again. I think it's great for momentum. I think it's great for confidence building, and I think it's great just for those girls to play in front of the 12th man.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kennedy. We'll be back talking Aggie soccer.
Student soccer reporter Kylie Stoner is joining us via Zoom. So Aggie soccer had a lot of good things and bad things that happened this past week. So unfortunately, let's start off with the bad. Let's go back to that Vanderbilt giving up 6 games. What went wrong?
I honestly could not tell you. It was so different from the Alabama game. It was the offense was struggling. The lack of goalkeeper change still has me pretty confused. Most of the goals were going down Addison Armento's side. She got subbed off, but still 2 or 3 came in after that. So it was just a struggle for everyone all around the field.
Yeah, well, thankfully the Aggies bounced back after with a 3-1 victory over number 19 Alabama on Sunday. After Bama scored first, it seemed it motivated the Aggies, and then they struck back. Is that what you saw?
Absolutely, yeah. I would say that Coach Shee said after halftime or during halftime, he was saying it wasn't good enough. Just to tie a ranked team was not good enough. So they finally came back, fought back a little bit harder, and were able to take home the win 3-1.
As up and down as this season has been, it seems like the Aggies are still, at the top of the SEC West right now. What do you think it'll take to stay there?
I think it will take whatever happened against Alabama to stay there. Communication, heart, just trying really hard. It's really all it takes, because I don't know what happened against Vanderbilt, but whatever happened there could not happen for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so they're at Auburn on Friday. What are you expecting to see out of this matchup?
I would expect a similar outcome to Alabama. Auburn lost to Alabama but beat Arkansas, and we are the other way around. So it's really a 50-50 toss-up. Historically, we've won most of the games, but other than that, it could go either way.
We wish Aggie Soccer the best of luck this week. Thanks so much for joining us, Kylie. Thanks for watching this week's episode of From the East Side, and thanks to all our special guests for joining us.
I'm Luke Evangelist, she's Kay Nagley, and this is Jackass.